Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to another video. This video is on the 3, 7, 10, 1 life path number. So let's dive right into it. One thing you should know if you are a 3, 7, 10, 1, please also check. I think the right order to do things might be just to watch the life path 1 first, then this one, then the 7, then the 3, then the 0. And I will tell this at the end as well. So let's dive in, because I think this is a really interesting one. So we have the 10 is creativity and confidence with inner gifts. 7 is trust and openness. And the 3 is expression and sensitivity. So, what you can focus on is creativity and trust. And the trust is not the trust you might think, like trusting others. This is about learning to trust the wise and beautiful soul in yourself and in others. So it's a little bit broader. And to apply your inner gifts to create more harmony in the world. These individuals sometimes fulfill their life path in the world at large. So I think that's a really nice one. It can be in a larger world, but it can also be in a close-knit community. Overcoming deep-rooted insecurity is a challenge, and this is for all life path ones. This is the biggest challenge: is your insecurity, and that's something you really should work on, and make this your biggest learning point, because I believe, and I'm telling you guys this in all the videos, but you're only watching the ones that are specifically for you, and I totally understand that. You can either choose to face this challenge in this lifetime, so your deep-rooted insecurities, or you don't, and you'll have to do it in your next lifetime. That's what I believe. And in this lifetime, you will get a lot of times where you get challenged, and it will repeat itself until you complete it. So that's a really good thing to know, because let's say it doesn't matter how old you are now, even if you're 10 or 20 or 50, if you are not going to overcome this, you will have more and more and more of these challenges, and it will come back. So make this one of your, like, write it on. I have a board here, like a whiteboard, but write it on something where you can work on it. Make it your biggest growth challenge right now. All right. Creativity and confidence. Creativity is central to the 3, 7, 10 life path. I think you feel that one yourself as well. Trust in oneself and the process is essential. So put in the comment what kind of creativity is what you're doing. Are you building statues with clay, or are you just really creative with lyrics, or with music, or with a particular sport, or with playing with children? It can be something really simple as well. Or making drawings, painting. let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what kind of creativity we have here on the channel. Inner gifts include sensitivity, strength, expressiveness, and intuition. Also a really important one. It's also that you trust these instincts, because these are your inner gifts. You might be, well, and this is, I don't think this is a might, because I think we're all really sensitive, all the life path number ones. The only question is, how far have we numbed it? And you have a lot of strength, but how much are you using that strength? And you have a lot of expressiveness, but are you really showing yourself, and are you really letting people in, letting them see the real you? Are you giving people the gift of seeing you for who you really are? And that's a difficult one for the life path number one, and also the 3, 7, 10 one. Because if they see you, they can judge you, and if they can judge you, you can feel insecure about that. So show yourself with all your might, and you have the strength to do this. It might have take some exercise to really get into this again, but once you get over the insecurity, or if you're working on the insecurity and you know that you're doing this, these will be a lot easier. And intuition, I'm not sure if all life path ones have like the sacral intuition, or that others have other types of intuition, and this is more based on how it works in human design, what your authority is there. For me, it's my sacral, and that's your gut feeling. You also have your spleen, and that one works a little bit different, so it still has the intuition, but it for example, it only shows up once, and I think there's no like head center people in the one, or maybe they can, I don't know exactly, but you know yourself how your intuition works, and follow that intuition. So for me, the sacral, it will just tell me if something is good or bad, and if I ask it, it will tell it again. If it's spleen, it will tell you once. It will say, don't do this, do this. It will be clear, but it will only be once. So if you start second guessing afterwards, your spleen will not tell you how to. It won't give you any guidance anymore. So you have to use that sensitivity with your intuition and really listen to it. And trust that your intuition is right. Because in my case, my intuition has always been right, but like my logic can tell me why my intuition is wrong, or my ego, or whatever. Something in my head can tell me this. And on paper, he is right. He, she, it is right. But once the universe and life takes over, things happen that my head couldn't even wrap its head around, and things happen that could not be accounted for, and it's always the case that in the end my intuition was right, and I used to beat myself up for not listening to my intuition, and now I do, and it's not as easy every time, but yeah, that's what makes it fun. If it would be easy, what would be the case? All right, so positive traits of 3-7-10s. You inspire others and you bring energy to others. All life path ones have more energy than other than other numbers. So except for 11, because 11 is a double one. But for all the other ones, you have more energy. Your energetic field is, I think, if I understood it correctly, is twice as big as normal people. But for example, the 3 has more emotional capacity. But you also have 3 in your reading, so to say. So you have that part as well, but less than a 3, because it's more like a secondary number to you. So that's something that's good to understand. People do love your energy, and this is also the part where you, if you express yourself and you show yourself to others, you will inspire and bring energy to them. Your energy is magnetic. Confidence and openness in expressing feelings. Yeah, I think this is a good one, because you have the 3 in these numbers. So you have confidence and openness in expressing your feelings. As for I don't have the 3, I was not open about it. I was not confident about it. So this is you should really see this as a gift, that you can talk about your emotions. It took me, and this is no joke, I think it took me 36 or 37 years till I could talk about my emotions. And at a long time I didn't even think I had emotions. So this is a gift. Express it, and people will appreciate it a lot. And for you this comes naturally. So I don't think I really need to say it, but I just want to let you know that for you this is normal, but it's not for everybody. And this is really a gift. You get joy in expanding gifts and creativity. Healing through various forms of artistic expression. Let's see what that is about. So you're, so you can do healing, for example, if you do art, music, drama, or other aesthetic forms of expression. This works for your healing process. And I'm not sure if this is emotional healing, physical healing, spiritual healing. I'm not sure what kind of healing. Maybe it's even everything. It heals you. And maybe you already know this. Maybe you've noticed that if you weren't feeling as good in your own energy and you start drawing, you feel better. Maybe this is something you should know better than I. Also, let me know in the comments if there's anything in this particular part that resonates, and put it in the comments what helps for you and what brings you healing. All right, negative traits. Here we go. And I think you might know these already. This is there's one weird one, but also not. All right. Fear of betrayal leads to withdrawal. So this has to do with the trust part that we talked about earlier. The trust in, it was such a nice sentence. Let me read that again. To trust the wise and beautiful spirit in themselves and others. So fear of betrayal leads to withdrawal. don't withdraw. Don't withdraw. Go with the expressiveness and confidence and openness in expressing your feelings. So these are negative traits, but these are not 100% that you're doing this. This is more like the shadow side that you can lean towards or you can fully go into. But you don't have to, and it's not a given that this is a negative trait. The only given is that you can go there, and it is. And some will and some won't. But it's not a given. Alright, so this is a difference, exactly the opposite from the other one. Difficulty in expressing feelings instead of the confidence and openness in expressing feelings. This one leads from the you can find difficulties if you are really insecure about this thing, and then the 3 doesn't compensate for the 1. So then the 1 is for you way stronger. The negative trait from the 1 is stronger than the positive trait from the 3. So that's something you can work on. Work on the confidence, and this will go away as well. And if you have difficulty in expressing feelings, just think to yourself, who is there in my life that I feel comfortable with to share anything? And sometimes this is not even in your relationship. Sometimes it's with friends. Who is there? There should be one person, and if there isn't one person, I would suggest find one, and maybe go online. There's a lot of great Telegram groups specifically for a lot of topics. So I think there should be one for numerology as well. Maybe even numerology 3-7-10s could be there, and discuss it with people that understand it or that are really good listeners. And express it in a safe environment first, because you don't want this with somebody that bites your head off while discussing this, because this is a very sensitive topic, and this is also where your sensitivity kind of works against you. But know that you have the strength to do this. You can handle this, and if you choose to, you will handle this. All right. Mixed feelings about relationships and dependency. Okay. Let's see why that is. Yeah, this is about blocked energy, frustrated creative energies. I'm not sure if this is. Yeah, I think this is about the relationship, that within your relationship you don't feel as free as you could be. So you aren't able to use your creativity. It's being blocked by your partner or by the like the synergy you have. I don't know if is there another word for synergy that's the exact opposite. So instead that 1 + 1 = 11, that 1 + 1 = -10 or whatever. I'm not sure if there's a word for it. I don't think there's, in my language, I don't think there is a word for it. But you bring out the worst of each other. And that's something that can happen as well. In my opinion, then that's not the relationship you should be in. And being dependent on someone else, I don't really see what they mean by that. So I'm gonna skip. Maybe you know what it means. I don't really see it right now. All right, and you have potential for self-destructive patterns. Well, that's a nice one to to close it off with. You have a lot of potential to self-destruct. Yes, it's very nice, but also it's only potential, and it's not a given that you will self-destruct. But the one has the when things don't go as well, they tend to go to alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, sex, and then in the not in the healthy way, and gambling, and whatever other addiction you can come up with. All right, let's move on to health. So you have a sensitive and refined physical nature with a delicate energy field. Yeah, yeah, your reproductive organs, the base of your spine, can be very sensitive areas. I think this is for all the life path ones. And yeah, because this is about sexual / creative energy. So your creative energy is also your sexual energy. I think that for life path ones, but I think this is a nice practice for everyone. And I'm gonna direct it to all the men here. Google semen retention and see and do the 21-day challenge and see what happens. See what happens with your energy, and don't shoot your load with every time you have sex with someone, because that's really not beneficial to your energy. But I think it's for everyone, but not everyone is watching this. But test it out. Semen retention is also about removing the end goal from sex, so that you're not just. And I'm trying to say it as for the YouTube algorithm. I'm trying to say it in a way that it doesn't kick my videos off, but yeah, don't shoot your load every time. I think that's a really good one to play around with, and play with the sexual energy / creative energy, and move it through your body. But Google this. I will be doing, I think, more videos on this in the future. I already did another one on this. But it's really hard to talk about because a lot of these words are censored. So it's hard to talk about this. So I think this might actually be something that's maybe if blog posts from people might be better because they can speak freely. And on all the social media platforms, there's some kind of censorship in there that doesn't allow you to talk freely about these topics. So that's also for the women. This is something as well, but it's, I don't know what it's called for women, but I know that's it's about not coming during sex. Yeah, so my girlfriend is a body worker. She did a lot of tantric courses, I think, or yeah, she did a lot with tantra. So yeah, obviously we try out a lot, and it's yeah, I'm learning a lot from her on this topic. All right, so let's move on. Need for responsible precautions regarding reproductions. Yeah, so this is about avoiding unwanted pregnancies. For male and female, it says. Oh, and your heart and knees may be sensitive as well. All right. You benefit from a primarily vegetarian diet. You need moderate exercise to ground energy. Yeah, for me that's the same as well. Not moderate, it needs to be daily, and sometimes moderate, sometimes a little bit more. I need a little bit more. For you guys, it's moderate exercise to ground energy. If you don't have an exercise regimen in place, think about it. And the primarily vegetarian diet, in my reading, it said I do need some meat every now and again, but luckily you don't, and I think that's a big plus, because it's just nicer for the world. All right. So relationships. You tend to trust the mind over the heart. Yeah. And this comes from the 7 that you have in your chart. Because the heart and feelings are associated with pain and mistrust due to perceived betrayals. It says you need to trust your feelings, and you need to trust also that when these feelings involve pain, that's actually a good thing, because pain is a teacher as well. So, and when you are in pain, it's perfectly normal to feel it, and you're allowed to feel it, and it's part of life. So don't push it away, don't neglect it, don't also express it. Your expressiveness is very important, and this is pain. You are really sensitive, so this might feel even worse for you because you are so sensitive. Yeah. So that was this one. Privacy seeking, yet a desire for connection. Openness and trust key to flourishing relationships. Yeah, we already touched on this. Alright, so now we're going for talents, work, and finances. So this might be interesting if you're looking to see what kind of career you want to have. If you're looking for your purpose. You are highly artistic and creative, expressive through art, music, poetry, and other forms, healing and inspiration through creativity. Money not a central focus, but can manifest with trusting abilities. So it says trust your abilities, and the money will follow. You might also be into beauty, so healing, beauty, and inspiration. Healing professions, fine arts, and spiritual occupations. Yeah, you don't have to become a healer, but it seems like you are really um, you should be really good. You are really good at healing. Uh, yeah, that's what it says. But the healing doesn't need to be like energetically healing somebody, but you can also heal by, for example, uh, playing a beautiful football match or putting on a play for people to see. That can also be seen as healing. But I think about also the literal meaning of healing. Money doesn't generally play a central role in the lives of 3-7-10s, except as a means of installation, of not having to depend upon someone else. When 3-7-10s begin to trust their abilities and manifest them in the world, money will appear in their life almost by magic. So if you have any money problems, you know what to do right now. Some well-known 3-7-10s. Oh, there's some big names here. Napoleon Bonaparte, Charlie Chaplin, Michelle Pfeiffer, Robert Redford, O.J. Simpson, Bruce Springsteen, Leo Tolstoy. There's Jean Renoir, Magic Johnson is also there, and Aldous Huxley. Okay, so keys to fulfilling your destiny. Let's recap. Trust your feelings and inner gifts. Develop courage to express your feelings. Face fear and work through it. Engage in creative activities and explore spiritual aspects. Okay, and there are a couple of useful questions that you can ask yourself. You can write with me here. Oh, by the way, there's something more about the keys to fulfilling your destiny and guidelines and recommendations. Yeah, there's actually two more. Work in a garden. This is something you can easily do. And it says, read a book about angels. So that's an interesting one. So these two, I think you could put them on your to-do list and you could easily do them and see what happens. Let's go over to the questions, and I think this is nice to write down so you can come back to it after, or you can do it after the video. I'll write every question, or I'll read out loud every question twice so you can easily write it down. When it comes to my body, do I trust my instincts and intuition over outside experts or theories? When it comes to my body, do I trust my instincts and intuition over outside experts or theories? I think this is a really powerful question. The second one. Can I express my deepest feelings? If not, why not? Can I express my deepest feelings? If not, why not? The third one. How can I best use my creative energy to bring more beauty into the world? How can I best use my creative energy to bring more beauty into the world? And the fourth one, When I don't feel trusting, how can I work through this? How can I work this through? When I don't feel trusting, how can I work this through? And put one extra question underneath this one, but it's a question about all the questions. If these questions generate any insights, how might you put these insights into practice? All right. So go answer those questions for yourself, and take some time and do something with it. And right now I will state some things you can do after this. So after this, you can watch video life path number 1 if you didn't do that already. You can watch life path number 3, number 7, and number 0. Those all apply to you, but in different. They don't apply as much to you as number 1 and the 3-7, the 3-7-10 that we just did. But they also apply to you. So do those, and beside those, I will have separate videos on laws, and you have 5 laws that you should be watching as well. So yeah, I know this is a big list of things you can do, but it's all to understand yourself better, and it's gonna benefit you a lot. All right, the law of choices, the law of flexibility, the law of action, the law of intuition, and the law of responsibility. So I will also link this all so you can easily go between videos. And all those videos will have some exercises, so please, it's gonna take some time. It might not be easy, but one thing I can promise you is that it's absolutely worth it to learn more about yourself. Okay, so if you like these types of videos, please subscribe to my channel. Would really appreciate that. The notification bell is optional. Well, everything is optional, but if you do, it would be nice. You can see when new videos come out, and if there was anything of value in this video, I would appreciate a like. All right, thanks so much for sticking with me until the end. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.